inside wall.
Gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Racely to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried, there's contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Makashuba, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, getting set to bring the Relentless Racing Series, their Xfinity car series. And tonight we have but 4 drivers left in the chase to the championship. We've got James Miller, last season's champion, trying to make a run for 2 in a row. Troy Leonard hot on his heels in second spot. Jeffrey the Fishman Fisher running in third spot, and Thomas Wagner in fourth. Those are the 4 guys that we really need to pay attention to here tonight in Kansas. This is a 1.5 mile track. Air temperature and track temperature seem to be fine, about 68 and 69 degrees respectively. I've been told that the cars are running very well here tonight. I've also been told that we have stage racing laps 30 and 60 will be the end of stage 1 and stage 2. Lots of things to look forward to tonight out of Kansas. One thing we're not looking forward to is we have no Rick Hammond Jr. in with us tonight. So it's just me, Chris, on the mic, getting ready to bring you all the action. Qualifying is just a bit over 2 minutes away. And we've got a few cars out on the server getting ready to bring you all of the exciting action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Got a lot of cool paint jobs. That one right there, no exception to the rule. It's the Turn 3 Racing Network. Number 11, Derek Garrison. Garrison looking to have a good race here tonight from Kansas, and so far he's third on the speed charts during practice. Thomas Wagner was telling me about this paint job, and he says, man, I can't believe how good Jeffrey Fisher did for me. He did it in no time at all. Jeffrey Fisher, I agree, that paint job looks fabulous. Can't wait to see it at speed around this 1.5 mile long track. Andrew Beach in the 27. That's the National Guard, number 27. Just got into the wall a little bit. He'll come down and get a new car. Jeffrey Fisher having a little fun on pit road, spinning and around. Troy Leonard. Well, okay, so here's the deal. Rick's not here to say it, but hello, Troy. That's a Diet Coke car, and up until the last month or so, I'd say that is my favorite kind of Coke, but now I've gone to caffeine-free Troy, so you got a couple more races to go before you hit what could be mine. I wouldn't mind seeing a caffeine-free Diet Coke out there. Joshua Kane. James Miller, again, last season's champion, coming into tonight leading in the points, but that gap is closed because, well, that's how they do it here. So he's looking to try and defend. He's going to have a good race tonight. All 4 drivers that are in that final bid for the championship are in race tonight. And drivers are pretty much sitting still, getting ready for the end of qualifying at 7 seconds, or excuse me, end of practice at 6 seconds now to go. We'll be switching over to qualifying, getting ready to go, and I am also getting ready to go as the checkered flag waves on practice. Take a good look around this big 1.5 mile track here in Kansas. And we are seeing Thomas Wagner getting ready to come on out on track and get that 43 to qualify. Lots of colors on that thing. That thing does look sharp. Good job to Jeffrey Fisher. It doesn't hurt that it's a Mustang too. I'm going to be honest about that. So Thomas Wagner out on track. James Miller decides he's going to try his hand at qualifying. Miller out on track. We'll be following both of those as they go around this track and try and qualify. Thomas Wagner in the Ford Mustang. James Miller going to be in the Toyota Camry. This race will go under the lights, as you can already see the sun starting to set, gleaming off from the paint scheme of the 43. That front nose splitter dragging on the pavement here in Kansas, trying to get all the aerodynamics possible, and Thomas Wagner crosses the line in first place at 29.605. We'll check in on James Miller now. defending series champion, and he's into the wall to start his second lap, so this one will not count. James Miller comes across with a 29.954, good enough for second spot. Wagner still on track. Oh, touches the wall himself, so Wagner not going to be able to complete that second lap around, and we'll wait now to see who might come out on track next. We got Adrian Pedra and Andrew Beach sitting at the end of pit road trying to figure out who wants to go first. Would like to take a moment, thank everybody for coming out to Turn 3 Racing Network. A good way to start and end a week is right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Luckily for us all, it's a Friday night, so we're ending our weeks, and I can't think of a better way to do it than to watch a little Relentless Racing Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much again for coming out. These guys did take last week off in observance of the 4th of July, and it actually helped me out quite a bit, so thank them, and maybe give them a thumbs up for taking last week off, getting set to go into this final 3 races of the season. We got Jeffrey Fisher out there now trying to qualify in his number 60. He is one of the 4 drivers remaining in the chase. Jeffrey Fisher in that black and purple number 60, getting his car up to speed. Another Toyota Camry out there. And keep an eye on Jeffrey Fisher tonight. Really going to be looking to have a good finish. He's sitting 3rd in the points right now. Behind him by just a little bit, Thomas Wagner, who's so far qualified on the pole. Jeffrey Fisher comes across the start-finish line. He is in 3rd so far with a 31.65, a little ways off the mark there of Wagner, about a half a second. And Fisher gets into the wall. So these guys are having a little bit of trouble here on their second lap. And Fisher slams hard. He'll be getting a new car at the start of this race. Out on track, it's going to be the number 28. That's Joshua Kane and his Ford Credit Ford Mustang. Pretty cool car. I was looking at the paint scheme on that earlier. There you see it. It's got Batman on it. That's pretty cool, man. Batman on the hood, Batman on the quarter panels. Very, very cool. We'll see if that Ford Mustang can try and steal the pole away, as right now he's sitting in 2nd spot at 29.773. $29.694 for his second lap, but Joshua Kane unable to get to the mark that Thomas Wagner put down. That 29.605 still holding strong, as Joshua Kane was about a 1/10 of a second away. Adrian Pedra in the 78 out. Coming onto the track with 5 minutes left of qualifying, looking to try and qualify his number 78. So far, it's going to be a little bit of a short field here tonight. About 9 cars on the server. Of course, this happens towards the end when in the chase format, you've got 4 drivers that are really able to go for it, and guys without having that goal of trying to win, deciding to opt out and maybe come back again next season. By virtue of touching that wall, Adrian Pedra's first lap does not count. Has to try and keep it off the off the wall during that second lap for him to have a qualifying time. Andrew Beach, that National Guard number 27 Chevy, out there looking to qualify. We'll see if Andrew Beach sipped down a little bit of that Dale juice tonight before coming out to Kansas. Adrian Pedra did run down a 29.789, good enough for third spot. Oh, right up until Andrew Beach's first lap. Beach takes it over, a 29.785. Very close between Beach and Pedra. Yeah, it's a cookie cutter track, man, you know. Just, yeah, exactly. Fish Guts just saying it exactly right. Just have fun with it. Try and keep it clean. Absolutely. Andrew Beach, his second lap, a little bit slower than his first, so his first lap takes him to third spot of 29.785. Price still sitting at the end of pit road, deciding, maybe I will, maybe I won't. With about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left of qualifying, time is starting to wear down. Slightly smaller field, but I don't think that's going to be a problem for these guys. I think we're going to be in for some pretty decent racing here. My big worry would only be that we have a big spread out. We do have stage racing's laps number 30 and lap 60. Caution flag will fall to end the stage, and we'll have a winner there. That's bonus points, so we definitely know drivers will be going for that, especially if they happen to be in the top four. Again, that's going to be James Miller, Troy Leonard, Jeffrey Fisher, and Thomas Wagner. Top four in points. Those are the cars we're going to keep an eye on here tonight. I'll bring it up once again if you're starting late with us. I'll get rid of the qualifying too. There it is. James Miller, Troy Leonard. Leonard 81 points behind. Jeffrey Fisher in third, 144 behind James Miller. Thomas Wagner, 179 points behind. And of course, that's all before tonight's race. We have 3 races, including tonight's race, for these guys to try and make a little ground on last season's champion and current points leader, James Miller. I think these guys may be done with qualifying here. Nobody else stepping out on track. Just took a sip of my caffeine-free Diet Coke just to kind of prove a point to Troy Leonard. Troy, you've hit just about every Coke product out there. How about a little bit of love for the caffeine-free? Checkered flag falls. Qualifying is officially done. We're going to get set to line these cars up and get them on track for the 130 lap feature. Starting on the pole tonight, driver of the number 43 and chase contender, it's going to be Thomas Wagner. To his outside in the number 28 Ford Credit Ford Mustang, it's going to be Joshua Kane. Starting in third place tonight, the number 27 National Guard Chevy Camaro, driven by Andrew Beach. To his outside, the 78 of Adrian Pedra. Starting in 5th position tonight, it's going to be the 25, current points leader and chase contender, James Miller on his outside. Chase contender, driver of the number 60, it's Jeffrey Fisher. And, wow, that's weird. Let's see if we can get back there. Jeffrey Price, driver of the number 39, going to start 7th place. Troy Leonard, 8th place. And we're going live. Derek Garrison picking up shotgun in his number 11. And guys, we are under the green flag here tonight. Jeffrey Fisher to the inside. He's going to try and make moves early. Fisher up to 5th spot. Going 3 wide on the first lap, the 43, the 27, and the 25. James Miller to the inside, Thomas Wagner to the outside. They split. Andrew Beach to the 27 back to 3rd. Here comes Fisher in 4th spot. These guys pushing very hard early on here. The 25 rubs against the wall. That is James Miller, the 60. Fisher gets around him. The 78, Adrian Pedro gets around. James Miller falls back to 5th spot. Thomas Wagner still in control of the field. So a pretty darn exciting first 2 laps here as we're working lap number 3. Thomas Wagner up front. He's got the 27 of Andrew Beach behind him. Jeffrey Fisher finds himself in 3rd, maybe under attack by the 25 of James Miller. The 2 of them teammates are the 25 and the 60. James Miller to the outside. Fisher goes down on the apron. The 25 able to get around him clean. To the outside is James Miller, now looking to try and get side by side to the 27. The 27 under attack, doesn't have the momentum. The 25 able to go around completely. Here comes the 78 of Adrian Pedra. Pedra on the outside of Andrew Beach. Pedra does have him by the nose and on the outside, has the momentum. Jeffrey Fisher may be trying to follow him, can't quite get there, dives down to the inside. Jeffrey Fisher takes position on the inside. Can the 27 battle back? It looks like it. The outside definitely moving right now. The 27, Andrew Beach, gets around the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. Fisher falls back to 5th spot. Back a little further. It's the 39, Jeff Price. Price watching this out of his front windshield and watching some really good racing. The 39 wants to try and get involved. He's going to try and draft his way up to the 60 car, and maybe the 2 of them can hook up and go forward. Troy Leonard sitting in 7th spot. The 45 doing a good job out there. Derek Garrison up 1 position. The 28 of Joshua Kane has fallen 1. And not for nothing, but the Turn 3 Racing Network car looking really good out there. Up front it is Thomas Wagner. Adrian Pedra starting to catch up a little bit. Wagner so far with the fastest time of the night between practice, qualifying, and the race, a 29.655. That happened here on lap number 2. Thomas Wagner not able to hold on though, because here comes Pedra for the lead. The 78 down to the inside, damage to the outside fender of the 43, maybe slowing him down just a little bit. Back down to the inside, new race leader, the 78 of Adrian Pedra. Pedra on the outside, gonna have the momentum to hold on to the lead. Thomas Wagner has to let him go. Falls into position, trying to hold on to the draft. Here goes Pedra though, starting to pull away, gap 0.2 of a second. Wagner into the wall again, sparks flying. That's allowing the 27 of Andrew Beach to start marching his way forward. He is catching the back bumper of Thomas Wagner, wants to try and get around him. Andrew Beach will be a factor in this race at the end. James Miller, after that initial really awesome start to this race. Oh no, Wagner and the Beach going around. Yellow flag is out. Beach Looks like he may have blown it up. The 43, heavy damage to the front end. We're going to have to go back and take a look. These two cars driving very, very quickly around this track, running in second and third. Thomas Wagner was in control of second spot. He gets into the wall, and the 27 couldn't react in time. And 27 comes around, and oh boy, I don't know. 43 able to escape. It does look like Andrew Beach's motor stayed intact, although that front end has seen better days. We're going to go back and take a look at it one more time. This time we'll take it from the chopper cam. We're going to follow the 27. He sees the 43 scrape the wall, but figures he's okay. Big, wide pavement there. The 27 just barely caught that split on the inside retaining wall. If he would have just missed that, I think he would have been pretty much okay. But that 27 and the 43 of Thomas Wagner, heavy damage as we are under caution flag number 1 on the night. Drivers are going to take advantage of that and come down pit road, all but one. Troy Leonard, who is a part of that chase for the championship. Troy Leonard opting to stay out, lead a lap, and get the all-important bonus point. He's going to have to go around one more time as Troy Leonard in order to get that bonus point for leading a lap, as every other driver has come down pit road. While we're under caution, I do want to go ahead and say thank you once again to all of the viewers here on Turn 3 Racing Network, not just tonight, but on every night that we go live here, watching some of the best racing, I believe, on all of iRacing every single night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Troy Leonard comes on down pit road, and he should. Oh no, he's not going to lead this lap. So Troy Leonard comes down pit road. He did lead a lap. Okay, so we've had 3 race leaders so far: Wagner with 6, Pedro with 3, and Leonard with 1. Skittles out in chat. Haley is out in chat. Pretty cool, guys. Thank you very much for coming on out and supporting us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, as we are under first caution of the night. Lap number 10 is when it came out. Pace car lights are out, so quick caution flags here at Kansas. This 1.5-mile track starting to go under the lights as the sun is setting. New race leader one more time. It's going to be Jeff Price in the 39. Price scored now with 1 lap led here under caution. He's going to have Adrian Pedra to his outside. Thomas Wagner with a brand new 43 sitting on the inside second row. To his outside, it's the number 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. The next row consisting of the Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Camaro. The number 11, that's Derek Garrison, who is outside. It's going to be the 28 of Joshua Kane, James Miller, Troy Leonard, and Andrew Beach filling out the rest of the field. Take a quick peek. Beach deciding to save his quick repair for a little bit later on as the pace car has come down pit road. We're back under the green flag. Jeff Price with a pretty good jump, and he is starting to leave the field already. Jeffrey Price, Adrian Pedra, and Thomas Wagner. Wagner was looking down to the inside but couldn't get anything done as his 43 trying to get back up to speed. Jeffrey Fisher sitting in 4th spot, hanging out behind the 43. Takes a look down to the inside. Can the 60 make anything happen down there? So far, the outside lane has definitely been the quick way around this track. And the 60 may have just seen that with his very own eyes as the 43 stretched it out just a little bit. Joshua Kane in the 28 up to 5th spot. Kane trying to move forward. Here comes the 25, current points champion. That's James Miller. Miller trying to work his way up towards the front. Thomas Wagner right now, the top driver in the chase, running in third spot, but being followed by the number 60 in your screen right now. That's Jeffrey Fisher. And Thomas Wagner running just ahead of them, third spot. He is caught in the back bumper of the 39, Jeff Price. Price trying to stay out in front. Adrian Pedra is the race leader in the 78. Pedra has led 4 laps now. Wagner, who's running in third, has led 6. Price, the number 39 of Jeff Price, has led 4 laps, trying to get his way back up towards the front. But Adrian Pedra has found his groove here in that 78 machine. It did, Fish Cuts. I am trying to get it back, and it's not really wanting to play with me here. So give me a few, and I'm going to try and get that ticker back up for you. There it is. My goodness, it's working again. We always try and keep our audience happy here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Speaking of being happy, I'm going to make myself happy right now, and we're going to go and crank it up. A wicked sight, cranking it up early on tonight, and we are sitting on lap 20. First stage race going to end at lap 30, so 2/3 done with the first stage of this one. While we had it cranked up, we saw a couple of things. Number one, we saw Thomas Wagner get into the wall, able to maintain control and hold on to that 43. The other thing we saw, a purple streak mowing the grass in the infield. That was the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. Everybody able to keep all 4 wheels underneath them and move on forward. Fisher now touches the wall. That's going to allow the 27 of Andrew Beach to get around. Beach trying to motor that semi-damaged number 27 around this track. Did not want to take the quick repair yet. Did get some repairs done though. The front end of that car looking much better. So the crew did a good job in that first pit stop for the 27. Up front, though, it's all Adrian Pedra. Pedra has led 11 laps of this event, and he's got Derek Garrison in the 11, who has worked his way up from shotgun position on the field all the way up to second spot. The Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Camaro doing a fantastic job, although, boom, just like that, it touches the wall, and that makes James Miller at 25 scoot down to the bottom. Miller trying to take over second. Miller does get around Garrison, and now he is running second spot. Derek Garrison in third. Behind him, it's the 28 of Joshua Kane. Kane in the Ford Credit Ford Mustang. Looking good out there. The 43 of Thomas Wagner trying to maybe just to roll it up a little bit, realizing it's very early on in the race. Can't afford a DNF, as he is one of the members of the Final Four in the chase. And he goes off the wall again, does the 43. He's already used one quick repair. Cannot do it again. Thomas Wagner in the 43 trying to hold on. Andrew Beach, we were just talking about him a moment ago, the 27, sitting in 7th spot. He's got Jeffrey Fisher behind him. Fisher with a little bit of damage to the right front fender, maybe slowing the 60 down. Troy Leonard way back, way back. 1 lap down is the 45. He is the first car 1 lap down, though, so scheduled stage finish on lap 30 will put him back on the lead lap. Troy Leonard a little bit off pace right now, not sure what's going on with the 45, maybe just saving it for later on. Adrian Pedra out there in the 78, he is just running his own race right now. He's led 14 laps, looking to try and win stage number 1. Cars are starting to separate a little bit as we've had a pretty long green flag run this time through. Last time on pit road for these guys was lap 15 laps ago. That was lap 11. Quick math right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's all right. Joshua Kane in the 28. The Ford Mustang trying to get his way around this track. Right now, sitting in 2nd spot, Derek Garrison in 3rd. James Miller has fallen back to 4th. We saw him kind of scrape the wall a little bit, and that definitely killed some of the momentum that James Miller was having, and he's got some damage to the right front now, may also slow him down. This is a drafting type of track at 1.5 miles and plenty of speed. So any damage to the front end will slow these cars down. Fisher in the 60, running in 7th spot. Thomas Wagner coasting it down pit road, trying to get a little bit of damage fixed up. Maybe get some gas and tires into that 43 before the stage ends on lap 30. A little bit of a dangerous move right there, as Wagner may not realize that Leonard is actually down a lap. If Troy Leonard can get around him, Leonard would be the first car on 1 lap down and eligible. Ooh, just as I'm talking. I'm not sure what happened to bring out the caution. We're going to have to go back and see. Looks like it might be something with the number 11. No, he bounced off the wall but was able to hold on. We'll go back. No, 25 also bouncing off the wall. That's James Miller. Well, nonetheless, here we are, lap 30. And as it all sorts out, does look like Troy Leonard may be in position to get his lap back. He's being scored the first car 1 lap down. Adrian Pedra is your race leader, and I don't think it's wrong to call him the stage 1 winner. He's led 19 laps, his best lap at 29.788. He had almost a 5-second lead over Joshua Kane in the 28 car at the end of the stage. Congratulations goes out to Adrian Pedra, again, winner of stage number 1. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, go split screen so you can see all the action right here from Kansas on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
all done with. What amazing.
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Looks to the outside as Trunkgate goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
We're back live here at Kansas Speedway. Here at Turn 3 Racing Networking, we had 2 lead changes during this caution flag. One very important, Jeffrey Fisher stayed out to lead a lap, and in doing so became the 3rd out of 4 chase drivers to lead a lap and collect that bonus point. The only driver who has not done so, James Miller, your points leader coming into tonight. Then Jeffrey Fisher came down pit road. Joshua Kane, who had a stellar performance on pit road, his crew was on a ball, came out ahead of Adrian Pedra, who just won the first stage. Joshua Kane now sits in first spot. So the lineup after the pit stops is going to be Joshua Kane in the 28, Adrian Pedra in the 78, starting in second spot, Andrew Beach in third, Jeffrey Price in fourth. Jeffrey Fisher is going to be in 5th spot. Troy Leonard in 6th position. Derek Garrison coming out back on track in 11th spot. James Miller behind him in 8th position. And Thomas Wagner going to be 9th, 1 lap down. The only car 1 lap down right now. Pace car lights are off, and it's negotiating turns 3 and 4, getting set to put these cars back under the green flag, as we'll watch it from right here at the start finish line. Pace car drops off. It's up to Joshua Kane now to get these cars rolling. He hits the loud pedal. Momentum starting to build, and we go back under the green flag here at Kansas. Adrian Pedra, winner of stage number 1, dives down to the inside. Pedra trying to take the lead back from the 28 of Joshua Kane. Kane on the outside should have momentum to try and fight back, but Adrian Pedra keeps on the gas pedal. He is going to take over first spot once again. Adrian Pedra, your new race leader. Joshua Kane fighting as hard as he could, but the 28 couldn't hold on to the 78. The 78 launches himself forward, already a 0.2 of a second lead over second place runner, the 28 Joshua Kane, and here comes Andrew Beach. Beach involved in that first caution, and that car looking very good right now. Racy is all get out, the 27 fighting for second. 3 wide behind them. That's a battle for third spot. The 45 of Troy Leonard, the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher, and the 39 of Jeff Price, all involved. It situates itself out. The 45 to the inside. Fisher trying for 4th. Jeffrey Fisher takes 4th spot away from Troy Leonard on the outside. This 45 finds himself to the inside. Here comes Jeff Price on the outside. He's got a little bit of help from the 43. The 43 on the rear bumper trying to push him through. Very close racing out of the 43. Does give it up just a little bit, and Thomas Wagner, who is a lap down, able to get past the 39 of Jeff Price. Thomas Wagner trying to get the lap back the old-fashioned way. He's running mid-pack right now, 1 lap down. Adrian Pedro, your race leader, that's 78. He's very accustomed to it at this point. He's led 22 of the 38, make it 23 of the 38 laps we've run here. Thomas Wagner has led 6, Kane 3, Price 3, and then Fisher and Leonard have led a 1. James Miller absent from that laps led list in the number 25. Miller comes into tonight your race and series champion, rather. Defending series champion and number 1 on the points board is the 25 of James Miller, and he is having trouble here and around Kansas. This race slated for 130 laps. We have 92 laps to go as we're working lap 39. Adrian Pedro still your race leader. Andrew Beach behind him in the 27. He's got about a 1.4 second gap to make up to try and catch the back bumper of Adrian Pedro. If Beach and the 28 here of Joshua Kane can kind of get together, they may be able to close that gap to try and do it. Solo might be a little bit tough here. Again, this is a drafting type of track, but that fresh air that Adrian Pedro has right now, there is nothing better. Plus, he doesn't have to drive out of both sides of his cars. He can just peek once in a while in his rearview mirror, see that he has a pretty decent lead, and run his line. I wish you could be out there too, but it looks fun, yes, and it's good racing tonight, yes, and I like calling races, sure, but having a lot of drivers to talk about would be even better. Oh no, here goes Jeffrey Fisher, flaps up, trying to save that car from going upside down, and they work. Jeffrey Fisher goes around, but no damage out of the 60, able to keep it off the inside wall. Great driving by Jeffrey Fisher, caution back out, lap 42. I'm going to see if we can pick up what happened to the number 60 of Jeffrey Fisher, as there's nobody around him, at least at this point. He does have a very good run. Oh, the 43 scrapes into the wall. The 60 gets into him. And man, what a save out of the 60. Somehow keeps it off the inside retaining wall. Great driving by Jeffrey Fisher. We'll go back and look at it one more time. A little bit different view. So you see the 43 down to the inside of the corner, and then it looks like it starts pushing up as he's accelerating there. Gets into the wall, turns down, and the 60 gets into him. A little bit of damage to the right front, but that could have been much, much worse had Jeffrey Fisher not realized how close to the wall he was. Jeffrey Fisher keeps it off the wall, keeps the damage to a minimum, and able to fight again. This league's name, Relentless Racing, and certainly it lives up to it from time to time. Thomas Wagner gets involved with the number 60. James Miller staying out and has now led a lap. So all 4 chase drivers have led at least 1 lap here tonight to collect those bonus points. With all 4 doing it, they become null and void. So some pit strategy starting to happen right now as every driver has come down pit road, save James Miller and Thomas Wagner. I believe Miller will drop down this time by, now that he's led a lap, to come down pit road, get service done to that number 25. Tires and fuel will be the call. We have to stand by to make sure that I'm right, but I'm pretty sure that he was only out there to lead that one lap. But as I say that, Miller stays out on track, so he may be opting for some track position here. There's other bonus points to be had. If he can win a stage, certainly that would definitely help his bid to try and win the championship for the second season in a row. Tune in this Sunday night. It's going to be the Blazing Pedals setting sail once again. The TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals series coming back at you live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Rick Hammond will make his comeback Sunday night. Again, he'll be here next Friday as well, as his vacation starting to come closer to an end, and Rick Hammond will be back in the booth. Pace car lights are still on, so we've got at least one more lap to go. We'll see if they shut them down. They do. Thomas Wagner goes around the pace car. He's going to catch the tail end of the lead lap as these cars get set to go back under the green flag. James Miller does end up staying out to keep control of the field. James Miller running in first spot, going to restart on the outside. Joshua Kane going to be restarting second spot on the inside. And then we've got the 78. That's Adrian Pedra. He's going to restart third inside second lane. Starting to his outside in the 27, it's going to be Andrew Beach. Derek Garrison in the Turn 3 Racing Network going to be restarting in sixth spot. Troy Leonard going to be restarting in fifth on the inside. Then it's going to be the 39 of Jeff Price and the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. It's going to be followed up by that man right there, the 43 of Thomas Wagner. So James Miller taking a chance on 13 lap tires to see if the guys out there with fresh tires can be left behind. We'll see if the fresh air makes a big difference, or if James Miller is going to regret this situation that he finds himself in. He goes under the green flag, a little bit of wiggle out of the 25, but able to hold on to the lead. James Miller does have the lead. Joshua Kane able to secure second, but here comes Adrian Pedra. Pedra in third spot, and he has been the guy with the hot shoe here tonight. That 78 definitely been the class of the field as he won the first stage and looking for more. Here comes Joshua Kane on the inside, taking a peek to the inside of that 25 of Miller, and on his outs behind Miller. Oh, never mind. To the inside, here comes Pedra for the lead. Adrian Pedra looking to try and win stage number 2, doing it in fine fashion here tonight. Action happening very quickly right now as James Miller now finds himself trying to hold on to second spot. Joshua Kane to the inside, maybe a little help from the 27 of Andrew Beach. Kane and Beach to the inside of Miller. Miller falls 2 positions. Oh, they touch doors. Able to keep it going straight though. The 27 and the 25 pancake each other. 25 now into the wall. It seems like the longer this race goes, the tighter the cars are getting. That's why we're seeing a lot of the wall scraping that's going on. Luckily able to keep it going straight. And Adrian Pedra, your race leader, once again, lap 50 of 130. Joshua Kane in the Ford Credit Ford Mustang, number 28, running in second spot with Andrew Beach, getting a heavy dose of the 11. Battle for third spot. Derek Garrison trying to take it over, trying to figure out a line to get around the 27. Garrison down on the apron trying to figure out where to find the speed. off from the apron. He comes almost door to door, down into turn number 1. Here goes Derek Garrison in the 3rd spot. Can he hold on to 27 with the momentum? Garrison has to let off a little bit. That allows the 27 to fight back and go back around. Derek Garrison finds himself now with a big rear view mirror of the 45. Troy Leonard to the outside, trying to get by. Troy Leonard taking over position from Derek Garrison at the line. Garrison stays down to the inside, the 11, trying to figure out a way back around the 45. Can it be done on the inside? We haven't really seen it yet, except for maybe the first lap or two on fresh tires. After that, the outside has a distinct advantage. Jeffrey Fisher running his number 60 and 6th spot. Ahead of him, Derek Garrison. He is watching the battle between Garrison and Troy Leonard, which isn't done quite yet. And Jeffrey Fisher has the best spot on track to watch that. Jeff Price in a 39 has been up towards the front, actually led 3 laps, now finds himself in 7th position. Thomas Wagner, the pole winner here tonight. Wagner has led 6 laps, now running in 8th position. And James Miller has a handful on those old tires. He is dealing with it because the 25 is very ill handling right now. Getting around this track, he is in last place, 9th position. Adrian Pedra up front. He's having the opposite luck. Loves his car, loves the tires, loves everything about the track right now. Having an easy time of it. You do when you're a race leader. Joshua Kane has a 1.5 second deficit to try and catch Adrian Pedra. I don't think that's going to happen with the 5 laps we have left before the caution scheduled to fall to end this stage number 2. Andrew Beach running his 27 and 3rd spot. Troy Leonard maybe getting a little bit closer. Troy Leonard running in 4th spot with Derek Garrison behind him, as they have been for the last few laps. But Troy Leonard is starting to catch the back bumper of the 27. Derek Garrison in the 11 car, trying to figure out a way. Oh, it touches the wall, able to hold on to it, but loses a bunch of time on track. You look at the gap that just scraping the wall produces. The 11 very far back now, 0.3 of a second from Troy Leonard. Leonard is still trying to figure out a way to get around the 27. These cars looking so good under the lights. Great, fantastic paint jobs and the lights glistening off of them. Great job out of iRacing to produce such a good looking race car. Adrian Pedra up front. His gap now a 1.6 second lead over second place Joshua Kane, as we're working lap 58 of 130. Andrew Beach running in 3rd. Troy Leonard trying to find a way around him. Derek Garrison in 11 running in the top 5, 5th spot. Damage to the right front. Jeffrey Fisher running in 6th spot with Jeff Price and James Miller. And Thomas Wagner picking up the tail end of the field. Adrian Pedra looking to win stage number 2 and make it a 2-stage win for the 78. Pedra negotiates around turns 3 and 4 and across the start-finish line to end stage number 2. He is your stage 2 winner, Adrian Pedra. He's now led 40 laps, best lap time a 29.788. Almost a 2-second lead over second place Joshua Kane in the 28. 2 stages done, the final stage to go. It's going to be 71 laps right now probably about 68 when we go back to the green flag. And Adrian Pedra can do no wrong here in Kansas. Pit stops will happen for every driver out there. The guy that really wants this pit stop to happen very badly going to be James Miller, although he's still out on track. Maybe he was just a little too far. I don't know. No, he is still out on track. 28 laps on his tires, so he will be coming down pit road. I have no doubt about that. Quick check in on the stage winner. The 78 of Adrian Pedra is getting left sides put on right now, and away he goes. It's going to be a battle off from pit road. Looks like Pedra's going to take it. Troy Leonard comes out ahead of the 28 of Joshua Kane, so Troy Leonard's crew getting it done. Pit stops virtually all done. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this break. We are back live, getting ready to start stage number 3, the most important stage of them all, to figure out who may win here tonight. Adrian Pedra, Troy Leonard making up the front row. Joshua Kane and Jeffrey Fisher the second row. We fall back under the green flag, and what a jump from Pedra and Kane. Troy Leonard fell asleep at the wheel as he fell from second to third, and it isn't over yet. Jeffrey Fisher in 4th spot. Gonna take this opportunity at the start of this stage to go ahead and crank it up one more time. Oh, I do love to crank it up, especially here on a Friday night. It's the Relentless Racing Series Xfinity car. And we saw something happen that we haven't seen virtually all night long during that crank it up. The 28 of Joshua Kane was able to get in front of the 78 for just a moment and lead a lap. He has since fallen the gap now 0.4 of a second, but Joshua Kane, the car may be starting to come his way as he is feeling a little bit better now in that 28. Troy Leonard in the 45, working in third spot. Andrew Beach behind him in the 27 and fourth. Look out for Jeffrey Fisher. Fisher is running in fifth spot. Behind Jeffrey Fisher, it's going to be the 39. That's Jeffrey Price. Thomas Wagner in the 43. He is picking up seventh spot. Derek Garrison in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Chevy Camaro sitting in eighth spot. Points leader and last season's champion, the 25. James Miller just cannot wrap his head around this track tonight. Up front, though, it is Adrian Pedra, and Pedra having a little bit of a harder time busting away from Joshua Kane this time than in separate stages, because I'll tell you, the gap right now after quite a few laps is only 0.5 of a second. By now, we've used to seeing Pedra with a huge lead, maybe a second or better. If we go green, these guys will have to pit at least one more time, maybe two. And they'll probably want to pit 3 or 4 times because of the tires. James Miller was on pit road for an extended amount of time, obviously to fix up some damage to the right front, still a little crinkled. I believe he still has a quick repair that he has not used yet, but the 25 hurting, and it is showing in his speed as James Miller last on the track. Working our way forward in eighth spot, it's going to be Derek Garrison in the Turn 3 Racing Network, number 11 Chevy Camaro, and we see Thomas Wagner just in front of him. Scraping the wall again was the 43. The 43 already has used his quick repair. Needs to take it easy to try and finish this one. A DNF will not do him any good. Garrison to the inside, looking to try and take position away from Thomas Wagner, and he may do it on the inside as the track may be changing a little bit. Passing on the inside earlier in this race was not an option. Right there we saw it. Derek Garrison able to get around the 43 of Wagner. Garrison now up to 7th position. Moving up one position, it's going to be the driver of the number 60, Jeffrey Fisher, holding on to 6th spot. Ahead of Fisher, it's going to be the 27. That's Andrew Beach, sipping on the Dale juice all the way around this 1.5 mile Kansas Speedway, sitting in 5th spot. Jeff Price in the 39 car, holding on to 4th position. Oh, he gets in the wall, and we have something bigger happening out there as Joshua Kane mowing the grass. Joshua Kane straightens it out, comes back on track, losing a bunch of time. Joshua Kane, who was in 2nd spot, finds himself now in 8th position, and that gives 2nd position over to Troy Leonard in the 45. Troy Leonard, your highest running chase runner. Adrian Pedra still going to be your race leader. The 78 has done no wrong tonight. He has led 54 laps in the 78. One stages 1 and 2. And he has got the most laps, I believe, locked up. The most laps led are locked up. Quick math says yes, that's true. He's led 54 laps so far here tonight, and the 78 looking to do no wrong as he is firmly in control of this race. Jeff Price in a 39 able to get around Troy Leonard for a moment. Leonard fighting back on the inside. Troy Leonard not able to hold on, though, as Jeff Price moves himself up to second spot. Troy Leonard back to third. Troy Leonard is your highest running chase contender in that 45, running in third spot. Andrew Beach running in fourth spot. The number 27, Dale Juice, National Guard. Chevy Camaro trying to get himself a top 3 finish. Has to try and figure out a way to get around Troy Leonard. Has a little bit of ground to make up, about 0.6 of a second. Lots of time left in this race. Behind him, it's Derek Garrison. Garrison able to get around the 60. And the 60 is still in 6th spot. By virtue of the 28 machine going through the grass. Jeffrey Fisher trying to figure out a way to get around the 11. Has a good run. Goes down to the inside. Fisher to the inside. Here comes the 43 of Thomas Wagner to follow him through the corner. Just like that, Derek Garrison loses 2 spots. Oh no, the 43 gets into the 60. The 60 somehow, someway manages to keep that car going straight. Heavy damage to the right side. Big time pancake out of the 60 car when the 43 got involved with him. Here comes Joshua Kane trying to make positions back up. Joshua Kane has moved himself back up in the 7th position. Ahead of him is the 43 and the 11. The 43 belonging to Thomas Wagner, and the 11 of Derek Garrison trying to fight back on the inside. Garrison down onto the apron now. Garrison, that lap, has 5th spot, able to get around the 43 and maintain position. Has to be careful. There it goes. The 43 gets into the 11. Garrison tries to hold on, still not done yet. Garrison goes around a caution flag on the field. Big time caution as Garrison couldn't keep that car straight. Momentum brought him around. We're going to watch it again. The 43 had a run to the inside but didn't pull it down enough, and there goes the 11. And man, oh man, does he struggle trying to hold on to this one. And eventually it does go sideways past the blue commitment line coming out of pit road. And Derek Garrison going for a ride. We're going to take it one more time and watch it from the cockpit view so we can see exactly the work he was doing. I'll tell you, his hands had to be moving to try and keep that car straight. It's going to be amazing. Here we go. That's the initial contact. And listen to him working that throttle. Just couldn't hold on to it. Holds it to the right, tries to hold it around, and he does. Keeps it off the inside wall, downshifts, doesn't stall it, and we are back under caution. And a lead lap driver is coming down pit road. Lap 83 of 130. Oh no, the 27, Andrew Beach, misses his pit stall, has to back way up. And then back forward. Oh no, that's going to be a heartbreaker for the 27, Andrew Beach. The 78 also slow to get off pit road. That's going to give the lead to Jeff Price. Price has already led 3 laps here tonight and now is going to find himself back up front. So the 43 gets into the 11, causing this caution to come out. Cars are going to start filtering back in, running nose to tail until those pace cars lights shut off. They'll go side by side, get ready for the green flag. We've got 48 laps to go right now. Make it 47 as it switches over. And we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Looks to the outside as Trunkgate goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
He's trying, there's contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashume, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
We're back and getting set to go back under the green flag. Pace car lights are off. Saw Derek Garrison duck back down onto pit road, trying to get a little bit more service done. Maybe get a little more fuel. Why not? So the field has switched again. It's going to be Jeff Price in the 39. He's going to be the race leader. He's got Adrian Pedro behind, or to the side of him, restarting in second spot. Troy Leonard going to be restarting in third. Joshua Kane to his outside in fourth. The 27 of Andrew Beach going to take mantle in fifth spot. Thomas Wagner to the outside in sixth. That's going to be Andrew Beach, Jeffrey Fisher, James Miller, and Derek Garrison rounding out the field. Pace car has dropped down, getting set to go back to the green flag. Jeff Price doesn't waste any time. Green flag waves, and we're back under green here at Kansas Speedway. Jeff Price absolutely rocket ships that 39 into turns 1 and 2. Adrian Pedro holding on to second. Joshua Kane in the 28, the one car that's been able to kind of get around Pedro for a lap. Joshua Kane holding on to third spot. Behind him, it's Troy Leonard, Andrew Beach, Jeffrey Fisher, Thomas Wagner, James Miller, Derek Garrison. Troy Leonard looking in his rearview mirror, seeing a window full of National Guard. That's the 27 of Andrew Beach. Beach looking to the outside. Andrew Beach trying to get around Troy Leonard. It's a battle for fourth spot. Behind them, it's the 60, Jeffrey Fisher, watching the action. The 27, Andrew Beach, able to get around Troy Leonard on the outside. Takes position away, drops Troy Leonard to fifth. Behind him, it's Thomas Wagner battling with the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher. Wagner takes position. Jeffrey Fisher stays up about a half a lane, looking to try and hold on to that momentum. Can't do it, into the wall, and so is teammate James Miller. So Fisher and Miller come off from that corner a little heavy and get into the wall. Derek Garrison may have taken a new car, as that number 11 looks like it is brand spanking new. As we have a battle for fifth spot, it's going to be Troy Leonard in the 45 to the inside. The 43, Thomas Wagner to the outside. Wagner trying to hold momentum on the outside to try and make this pass. Troy Leonard can't do anything about it on the inside. Has to let Thomas Wagner go. Wagner gets to the back bumper of the 27 of Andrew Beach. Remember, Thomas Wagner, your pole winner here tonight. Also set the fastest lap back on lap number 2. A 29.655. 14 different lead changes amongst 7 different drivers, and Thomas Wagner looking to try and get around Andrew Beach. Wagner in the 43 to the inside. Can't do it. Andrew Beach on the outside, able to hold momentum, and he continues motoring on. Andrew Beach holds on to 4th spot. Ahead of them, it's the 28 of Joshua Kane. Kane running in 3rd. Adrian Pedra finds himself in a position he's not used to it. He has led 61 laps tonight. Right now, finds himself in 2nd spot. Adrian Pedra has won stage number 1 and stage number 2, looking to try and win this stage out. We will have at least one more caution of this race. Jeff Price in the 39, enjoying that fresh air that Adrian Pedra has had for most of this race. Price right now has a 0.6 of a second lead over Pedra. Troy Leonard trying to battle back with Thomas Wagner. The battle for 5th spot. Leonard was down to the inside, couldn't make it stick. Has to let Wagner go on the outside. Wagner maintains 5th position. Those 2 drivers are in a battle for the chase, and these points matter as Troy Leonard able to get back around the 43. This battle continues on for 5th spot. A battle for 3rd place. Andrew Beach and Joshua Kane set to do battle. The 27 on the outside into 3rd spot. Kane back to 4th. Wagner and Leonard still battling it out for 5th. Thomas Wagner has it. Troy Leonard running in 6th position. Thomas Wagner trying to hold on. You may have figured it out right there as Troy Leonard falls back into line. Derek Garrison behind them has really closed the gap. Now could put some pressure on these 2 drivers. Troy Leonard able to get back up in the 5th spot. The 43 trying to figure out a way to get back there one more time. Cuts the nose of the number 11 off as the 43 trying to use the whole track to figure out a way around the 45 of Troy Leonard. Garrison now down to the inside. Garrison with a pretty big head of steam. Derek Garrison picks up the back bumper of the 45. May have a little help there with the draft. Derek Garrison to the inside. Can't quite get in front of Wagner at the line. Still side by side heading into turns 1 and 2. Derek Garrison trying to make it stick to the inside. Something we haven't seen a lot of here tonight. Garrison to the inside. The 43 holds on. Thomas Wagner holds position and moves forward. The 39, Jeffrey Price, still your race leader. The gap now just about, just under 0.4 of a second. 0.383, now 0.4. Adrian Pedra trying to catch him, but not having a lot of luck from that second position. Jeff Price stumbled on something, and that car is working good for him right now. Could be the clean air that Pedra had for 61 laps, as those are the number of laps he has led here tonight. But Pedra definitely not in a position that he's used to being in second spot. Peter is trying to close the gap right now. 0.333 is the gap up to race leader Jeff Price, and Pedra does something we haven't seen all race long. He touches the wall, scrub speed, and that allows Jeff Price to extend the lead out to about 0.6 of a second. A battle for third definitely is brewing. Andrew Beach in the 27 has it. Joshua Kane in the 28 wants it. Joshua Kane in the 28 to the outside. Looks to take over third and does. Andrew Beach now back to fourth. Fifth place belongs to Troy Leonard. Derek Garrison was able to get around the 43 of Thomas Wagner for sixth position. Garrison trying to march his way towards the front late in this one. Garrison running a strong line to the outside. Troy Leonard trying to use a little bit more of the track, find momentum. And Garrison has found the back bumper of the number 45. Pit stops beginning to happen. With 25 laps to go, pit stops are definitely beginning to happen as we have Jeff Price, Adrian Pedra, Joshua Kane, Andrew Beach, Thomas Wagner, and Jeffrey Fisher all on pit road. Derek Garrison and Troy Leonard, the only two drivers that are still out there. Oh, that's not true. James Miller is still out there also. And Derek Garrison gets around Troy Leonard for the lead. Add Garrison to the bunch of drivers who have led a lap here. "24 laps to go. When does Derek Garrison have to come down pit road?" Service completed for most of the field from fourth on back. Service is complete. Jeffrey Fisher still on pit road. Heavy damage. May not be able to return. He's been on pit road now for a minute 39. James Miller still has not hit pit road. Miller finds himself in second position. Troy Leonard coming down pit road. So now only two drivers haven't taken their what should be last stop of the race. When things cycle through, it looks like Jeff Price may still be the race leader, but right now he finds himself The first car, one lap down, along with Thomas Wagner, Adrian Pedra, Joshua Kane, Troy Leonard, Andrew Beach, and then Jeffrey Fisher still on pit road. James Miller on pit road. Now there is only one driver who hasn't taken a new set of tires and fuel. It's the race leader, Derek Garrison. Garrison in the Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Camaro has led 4 laps so far. How much longer is he going to stay out there, losing precious time on those older tires? There is tire fall off here. It's about 1.5 seconds per lap. Garrison on 26 lap old tires, trying to stretch that fuel as far as it'll go to keep the tires as fresh as they can be for the last stretch of this race. And here he comes, Derek Garrison trying to get down onto the apron. Garrison now hits pit road. That'll give the lead back to Jeffrey Price in the 39, going to be your race leader once the field cycles back. So far, Garrison still being shown as the race leader. Has to make a quick stop, get back out on track, and try not to lose a lot of time. Derek Garrison has hit his pit stall, and he is getting service done. Looks like Garrison opting for 4 tires as Price crosses the start-finish line, takes over the lead. Garrison stuck on pit road. With pit stops now cycled through, it's going to be Jeff Price, your race leader. He's followed by Adrian Pedra. Pedra 1.9 seconds behind Price. Pedra also has the 43 of Thomas Wagner right behind him in 3rd spot. Joshua Kane in the 28. He's running in 4th. Andrew Beach in the 27. Rounding out the top 5, he's got Troy Leonard behind him. Derek Garrison able to shuffle back in. He's running in 7th spot, fresher tires than anybody else. James Miller running in 8th spot tonight. James Miller just has not had any luck with that 25. Was able to lead 1 lap under caution. Actually, he's led 6 laps tonight. I believe they were mostly under caution here for the 25 machine, but this track, and there it is, just to prove the point. Mowing the lawn on the infield. Taking a look really hard at the pits that are happening right now. Only Jeffrey Fisher in there, and Miller back out on track. So a tough night for points leader and last season's champion James Miller, as we've only got a couple more races to go after tonight, but Miller has a pretty decent sized lead. And we'll run through the rest here in just a moment. James Miller was the points leader coming into tonight. He is coming down pit road. Just behind him in the points coming into tonight, Troy Leonard in the 45. Troy Leonard is running in 5th spot. And then it's Jeffrey Fisher. Fisher down 12 laps on pit road as the 25 may be calling it a night. So it looks like the 25 has packed it up, getting ready for next week. And the 28 of Joshua Kane has caught the back bumper of the 43. Joshua Kane looking to put Thomas Wagner back 1 position. So far he has it. Joshua Kane has moved himself up to 3rd spot. Thomas Wagner, the last of the 4 gentlemen who are running for the chase. He is running in 4th spot. already knows he's going to finish better than Fisher and James Miller with 13 laps to go. Jeffrey Price, your race leader, he's driving the number 39, and he is driving the wheels off from that thing. He's got a 1.6 second lead over the second place driver, the 78 of Adrian Pedra. Joshua Kane running in third spot, trying to finish in the top three as we go under caution. And we'll back up to see what happened. It looks like it was the 27. Nope. No, it was not. Thomas Wagner with the problem. We'll go back and take a look, see what happened to the 43. Wagner hard into the wall and starts spinning it out of control. Hard into the wall one more time and unable to keep speed as he was sideways on the track. And that brings out the caution flag one more time. So Jeff Price says goodbye to what was a very good lead there. Adrian Pedra now on his back bumper. Pit strategy time. Do we come down and get new tires? We've seen it all night long. Tires very, very important here at Kansas Speedway. And we have that facing us one more time. Everybody coming down pit road. It's going to be a race on pit road and off. Jeff Price, the 39, leading the way. Right side going on the 39. Will the left sides go on as well? They do. 4 tires is the call for what was race leader Jeff Price. Can he get out in front of everybody else? Now is when we find out. Pedra with a 2-tire call goes out in front of Price. Adrian Pedra doing it with 2 tires. Will they be enough? Under the caution one last time. We're going to take a quick break, come back and bring you to the checkered flag. We'll be right back. Back live, getting set to go back to the green flag for what should be the final time with 8 laps to go, 7 when they cross the start-finish line. First place going to belong to Adrian Pedra. Pedra has dominated this race, led 63 laps. Jeff Price to his outside. That white and black car just ahead of the 27 has led 34 laps. James Miller, Jeffrey Fisher, both deciding to load it into a hauler, getting ready for next week at ISM Phoenix. Drivers starting to try and wear in their tires just a little bit, giving the cars a wiggle, bring up the tire pressures, and get this one set to be finished. It's going to be 7 laps to go when we take the green flag. Pedra, Price, Leonard, your top 3, getting set to send this one to the checkered flag. Adrian Pedra with a good start to this race, and now with a good start to this last green flag run. The 78 trying to take off. Jeffrey Price trying to hold on, the battle for third behind them. The 27 of Andrew Beach, Troy Leonard getting it on. Behind them, it's Garrison and Kane, the 11 and 28. Battles for position as Jeff Price came on pit road, took 4 tires. Adrian Pedra trying to do it with 2. Adrian Pedra and Jeff Price getting set to do battle one more time, trying to get this race done. It's 5 laps to go for your race leader, Adrian Pedra. Derek Garrison trying for a top 5 finish. Gets under the 45, takes away 4th spot from Troy Leonard. Leonard fighting back on the outside. At the line, it was Troy Leonard. Garrison fighting back on the inside. Going to make it 3 wide now as the 28 joins the fray. Garrison falls in line top side. Troy Leonard holding on to 4th spot. Troy Leonard wants to be the highest chase contender in tonight's finish. Adrian Pedra starting to check out just a little bit from Jeff Price. Price with the 4 fresh tires trying to reel him back in. The gap a .333. Oh no, Pedra gets into the wall. That may afford Jeff Price the chance to get back bumper. He goes down to the inside on the apron at the line. It's going to be Jeff Price. Pedra scrapes the wall, scrubs speed, and Jeff Price was able to lead at the line. Here comes Pedra one more time. They bump into each other. 2 cars really slow now. Here comes Andrew Beach in the 27. The 27 scrapes into the wall trying to get around. Holy cow. Troy Leonard now trying for a top 3 finish. Troy Leonard in the 45 to the inside. He gets around Jeff Price. New battle for the lead. It's going to be Andrew Beach versus Adrian Pedra. Can Pedra hold him off? So far, so good. Here on the final lap, heading into turns number 3 and 4. Andrew Beach scrubs into the wall. Here comes Troy Leonard trying to take over second. He does. Troy Leonard finishes the 2nd spot. Adrian Pedra, your race winner. Andrew Beach takes 3rd. What a finish. What an absolutely awesome finish here at Kansas Speedway. Adrian Pedra able to hold on. He led 70 laps, won stages 1 and 2. Most importantly, won the race. The 78 came here dominant tonight. Troy Leonard able to scrape by, finishes up in the top 3, second position. Andrew Beach third. Normally, I would step away and do post-race interviews, but none of these drivers have comms ready to go here so far. We'll give them one commercial break, try and get somebody in here to talk to. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back after what was an exciting race. We've got the race winner, Adrian Pedra, sitting with us. The number 78, Adrian, you have got to be pumped right now.
I really don't know what to say. That was crazy. I mean, I hate to do that to Jeff, but it was 2 to go. I mean, I was going for the win. I'm sure he would have also, but I'll have a talk with him after. But man, I can't believe I won this race.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, dominance was just the word for it. You led 70 laps, including winning stage 1, winning stage 2, and then ultimately finishing off with a checkered flag. Again, you've got to be pumped. Anybody out there that you need to thank for tonight's victory?
I got to thank Furniture Row, Auto Owners, Toyota. Obviously, I got to thank, Andrew for not spinning me out at the end. I know he would have definitely given me the bumper if he had the chance, but yeah.
All right, well, that pretty much says it all. That sigh at the end. But I am going to let you go celebrate because it was a hell of a race for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And that is the driver of the number 78, Adrian Pedra, coming home in first place tonight, man. What a run for him. And then we have third place finisher, the number 27, Andrew Beach. Andrew, Chris up in the booth, you have a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, bud, it was an interesting race. You got tied up into one early on, had to get the car fixed up a little bit. You stayed in the back for a little while and then worked your way back up into a top 3 finish. So a long night for you. How you feeling right now with a third place finish?
Feeling pretty good. We had a lot to go through the day with getting caught up in that early wreck, but worked through it, got the car fixed, and put ourselves in a good position to be right behind that front 2 whenever they got into the wall there.
All right, cool, man. Anybody on the 27 that you need to thank?
Got to thank National Guard, doing what they do, protecting us, and got to give a shout out to Dale Juice. They had it flowing tonight.
I bet it was, man. Finishing third here tonight. A good run. ISM next week. How you feeling about that?
We got to go in there with a positive outlook on it, or else you're not going to do good. So we'll see what happens when we get there.
All right, Andrew. Third place finish. Congratulations once again to the driver of the number 27, Andrew Beach. Troy Leonard, I wish you were in here. You're never in here. I wish you were in here. Well, it was a Diet Coke finish for the number 45, and it's so close to being caffeine free. I gotta give Troy Leonard a good plug there and say congratulations for a nice second place finish. top finisher of the guys that were in the chase. Certainly next week, points are going to shuffle up a little bit as James Miller and Jeffrey Fisher unable to finish here tonight. We'll give a quick rundown of the finish as we put the results ticker up on the board. So Adrian Pedra in the 78, your first place finisher. Troy Leonard second. Andrew Beach going to be third, and they're still celebrating. Joshua Kane, Thomas Wagner rounding out the top 5. Jeff Price and Derek Garrison, 6th and 7th. 8th belongs to James Miller, and 9th tonight belongs to Jeffrey Fisher. Guys, that was a hell of a finish. If you like racing, you're probably going to do what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go back and just watch the last few laps one more time. What an incredible race. Thank you very much to everybody who stopped in tonight here at the Turn 3 Racing Network watching the Relentless Racing Series Xfinity cars get it on and get it done here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Rick and Chris back up in the booth this Sunday night for the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Series, and then next Friday right here again with the ISM Speedway. That's Phoenix for the Relentless Racing Series as the chase motors on. Until next time, we'll see you later.